All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. We are live and direct once again with your Akazaki Yahoo. And we got to bring it in the right way uh, with our national praise song that I somehow got lost here. Slovakia, give me half a second here. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, deliver us from the wicked one. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, deliver us from the wicked one. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Thine is, oh yeah, the kingdom and the power and the glory, oh yeah, forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, on earth, on earth, on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, on earth, on earth, on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, on earth, on earth, on earth.
All right, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in Shamayim. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem, Hamashiach, Wamalak, Yahweh Shah, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom, Wa, Baruchim. That is peace and blessings. But I cannot wait till the day when the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies, our adversaries, and all those who hate us under our feet. All praises to the Almighty Yah. Hallelujah.
So be it. Hallelujah.
Yes, indeed. I'm joined this afternoon, as evening, by my most esteemed Aga Kinanaya. Shabbat Shalom, Aki.
Shabbat Shalom, Maki. Shabbaton Yasharal. Call Halal Yahweh. Bahashem Hamashiach wa Malak Yahweh Shah. Barakatham.
Yes, indeed. Happy Sabbath, and all praises to Yahweh in the name of his beloved Son, Yahweh Shah, the Messiah, and King bless you. Yes, indeed. So we are back again for another scripture reading, and we're going to get right to it. Second Kings, or Melaख़im Bête, chapter 16 and verse 1. Uh, Ahaz reigns over Yehuda. Verse 1. In the 17th year of Pekah, the son of Ramallah, Ahaz, the son of Jonathan, king of Yehuda, began to reign. That's not Jonathan.
Yotam.
Yotham, my bad. Yotham, Salaki. Yeah, king of Yehuda began to reign. Verse 2. 20 years old was Ahaz when he began to reign, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and did not that which was right in the sight of Yahweh, his power, like Dawid his father. But he walked in the ways of the kings of Israel. Yea, he made his sons to pass through the fire, according to the abomination of the heathen, whom Yahweh had cast out from before the children of Israel. He was way off. I mean, I can't. Way off. Verse 4. And he sacrificed and burnt offerings and burnt incense in the high places and on the hills of every green tree. Under every green tree. My goodness. This brother was, he was out there. Then Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, son of Remallah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to war, and they besieged Ahaz, but could not overcome him. Who was helping him is my question, because he was doing some crazy stuff. Verse 6. And at that time, Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath and drove the Yahudim from Elath, and the Syrians came to Elath, and they dwelled there until this day. So wherever this Elath is, the Syrians have moved in. So continuing here, Ahaz seeks help from Aram. Verse 7. So Ahaz sent messengers to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, saying, I am your servant and your son. Come up and save me out of the hands of Syria and out of the hands of the king of Israel, which rise up against me. And Ahaz took the silver and the gold that he found in the house of Yahweh and in the treasure of the king's house, and sent it for a present to the king of Assyria. And the king of Assyria hearkened unto him. And the king of Assyria went up against Damascus and took it, and carried the people of it captive to Kir, and slew Rezin. Damascus falls, and King Ahaz went to Damascus to meet Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and saw the altar that was at Damascus, and King Ahaz sent to Uriah the priest the fashion of the altar and the pattern of it, according to all the workmanship thereof. And Uriah the priest built an offering according to the to all that King Ahaz had sent him from Damascus. So Uriah the priest made it against King Ahaz. So Uriah the priest made it against King Ahaz came from Damascus. Okay. I said, did I read that right? It's not coming out right. Verse 12. And when the king was come to Damascus, the king saw the altar, and the king approached the altar and offered thereon. And he offered burnt offerings and his meat offerings, and poured his drink offerings, and sprinkled the blood of peace offerings upon the altar. And he brought also the brazen altar uh, was for Yahweh, was before Yahweh, from the forefront of the house, from between the altar and the house of Yahweh, and put it in the north side of the altar. And King Ahaz commanded Uriah the priest, saying, upon the great altar burn the morning burnt offering and the evening meat offering. And the king burnt sacrifices and his meat offering, and he burnt offerings of all the people in the land, and their meat offerings and their drink offerings, and sprinkled upon it all the blood of the burnt offerings, and all the blood of the sacrifices. And the brazen altar shall be for me to inquire by. So who is he making these offerings to? Is my question.
That's what I was wondering as well, Locke, because he's doesn't appear to be on good standing ground with Most High.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, but he might have, because his things work. So maybe he getting himself together. Let's continue here. Verse 16. Thus did Uriah the priest, according to all that King Ahaz commanded, and King Ahaz cut off the borders of bases, and removed the lava from off of them, and took down the sea from the brazen oxen and that were under it, and put it under the pavement of stone, and the covenant of the Sabbath that they had built in the house, and the king's entry without. Turned he the house of Yahweh for the king of Assyria. What in the world? Continuing here, Hezekiah reigns over Yehuda. Man, we need some righteousness after that foolishness.
Yeah.
Verse 19. Whew. Now the rest of the acts of Ahaz, which he did, are they not written in the chronicles of the kings of Yehuda? And Ahaz slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of Dawid, and Hezekiah, his son, reigned in his stead. All right, continuing here, verse 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 1. Hosea reigns over Israel. In the 20th year of Ahaz, king of Yehuda, began Hosea the son of Eli to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Salmanassar, king of Assyria. I don't remember if that was a good name or a bad name or not.
Yeah, me neither. I know a lot of them have, pay homage to, their deity.
Yeah, God. Skip that. All right. And Hosea became his servant, and he gave him presents. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hosea, and he sent messenger to the sole king of Mizraim, and brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Slaki. Therefore, the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. And when the king of Assyria came throughout the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. Israel captive. And in the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away unto Assyria and placed them in Halah and in the harbor by the river of Gozan and in the city of the Medes. Why Israel fell is simple. They was way off for way too long. Verse 7.
Mhm.
Can only do iniquity for so long. Yeah, the Most High don't play about that. Verse 7. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against Yahweh their power, which he had brought them out of the land of Mizraim from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Mizraim. And they feared other deities, and they walked in the statues of the heathen, whom Yahweh had cast out before the children of Israel, and the kings of Israel, which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right in Yahweh their powers in the Slakia. And the children of Israel did secretly those things which were not right against Yahweh their power. And they built them high places in all their cities, from the towers of the watchmen to the fenced city. And they set up images and groves in every high hill and under every green tree. And there they burnt incense in the high places, and did the heathen as did the heathen whom Yahweh carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke Yahweh to anger. And they served idols thereof. Yahweh has said unto them, you shall not do these things. So you don't listen to the power. You go down in the blaze. Verse 13. Yet Yahweh testified against Israel and against Yehudah by the prophets and by the seers, saying, turn you from your evil ways and keep my commandments and my statutes according to the law which I commanded your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servants the prophets. Notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks like the necks of their fathers, and did not believe in Yahweh their power. That is crazy. And they rejected his statutes and his covenant, and made that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them. And they followed vanity and became vain, and went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom Yahweh had charged them that they should not do like them. So everything that he said, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. Verse 16. And they left all the commandments of Yahweh their power, and made them molten images, even 2 calves, and made a grove, and worshipped the host of Shamaim, and served evil, that wicked deity. We don't say that name, so continue in verse 17. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire, and use divination and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of Yahweh, to provoke him to anger. Therefore, Yahweh was very angry with Israel, and removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Yehudah only. And Yehudah kept the commandments of Yahweh their power, but walked in the statutes of Israel which they made. And Yahuwah rejected the seed of Israel, and afflicted them, and delivered them unto the hand of the spoilers, until he had cast them out of his sight. For he rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king, and Jeroboam drave Israel from following Yahweh, and made them to sin a great sin. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did, and they departed not from them, until Yahweh removed Israel from his sight, as he had said by all his servants the prophets. So was Israel carried away out of their own land unto Assyria unto this day. Cities of Israel filled with strangers. Verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Kola and from Avah, and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim, Avam, Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. And so it was at the beginning of the dwelling there that they feared not Yahweh. Therefore Yahweh sent lions among them, which slew some of them. Wherefore they spake unto the king of Assyria, saying, the nations which you have removed, the place of the nations which you have removed and placed in the cities of Samaria, know not the manner of the power of the land. Therefore he has sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the power of the land. And the king of Assyria commanded, saying, carry thither one of the priests of whom you brought from there, and let him go eat and dwell there, and let him teach the manner of the power of the land. Then one of the priests, whom they had carried away from Samaria, came and dwelt in Bethlehem, and wrought and taught them how they should fear Yahweh. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being taken captive out of your land, and now they bringing you back so you can teach these heathen how to live in your land without making angry your power?
Wow.
Is that crazy? That's a double slap in the face. That's worse than a slap in the face. Let me just continue. Verse 29. Howbeit, every nation made idols of their own, and put them in the house of the high places, in the houses of the high places, which the Samaritans had made, every nation in their city wherein they dwelt. And the men of Babylon made some evil, and the men of Kohath made another evil, and the men of Hamath made an additional evil, and Havites made another evil, and so they were dealing with all manners of evil from these heathen. Burnt their children in fire to one of their deities, and another one of their deities, the idols of Savas, or however you say that place. Continuing here. So they feared Yahweh and made unto themselves the lowest of them priests in the high places, and sacrificed them to the house of their high places. They feared Yahweh and served their own deities after the manner of the nations whom they carried away from there. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Verse 34. Unto this day they do after the manner, the former manner. They fear not Yahweh, neither do they after their statutes, or after their ordinances, or after the laws and commandments which Yahweh commanded the children of Jacob, whose name is Israel. So they went in there and they did their thing. But see, this is not a covenant people. This is just some heathens that came in there. Now, you can't come in there disrespecting and doing all manner of crazy stuff, which is what they had to get corrected. But he didn't expect them to come in there and bring him burnt offerings and do his service and keep his laws and statutes and his commandments. But he just doesn't want to be disrespected. Verse 35, with whom Yahweh had made a covenant and charged them, saying, You shall not fear the idols, you shall not fear other deities, nor bow yourselves unto them, nor serve them, nor sacrifice to them. But Yahweh, who brought you out of the land of Mizraim with great power and a stretched out arm, him shall you fear, and him shall you worship, and to him shall you do sacrifices. And the statutes and the ordinances and the Torah and the commandments which he wrote for you, you shall observe and do them and do forevermore. And you shall not fear other deities. And the covenant that I made with you, you shall not forget, neither shall you fear other deities. For Yahweh your power you shall fear, and he shall deliver you out of the hands of your enemies when you behave. Howbeit, they did not hearken, but they did after their former manner. So the nations feared Yahweh and served their graven images, both their children and their children's children, as did the fathers, so did they unto this day. So they just went, completely left hand, and it was absolutely egregious.
God,
Yeah, we got
I think this might be somewhere around the time of the prophet Yonah. Just remembering at some point Yonah was sent to Nineveh, which was in the same area as the northern tribes, and he was sent there by the Most High to tell them to repent for their actions, and at some point they did, but then they reverted back, and then the Most High eventually does destroy Nineveh.
Khan. Yeah. What's the other prophet name that where it's destroyed? I can never remember his name.
You said where what now?
What's the other prophet's name where Nineveh was destroyed? The other book. I can never remember it. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
It was another prophet that was sent there.
Well, he was where it was actually destroyed. So Yonah and then Nahum.
Okay, Khan.
Or Nahum. Yeah. So, all right. Let's get to 18 here. We'll run over this real quick. And I'll give you 19 and 20. All right, that's cool.
Khan,
yeah, because we got half an hour. We are right at that, so I'll be quick. I'll be as quick as possible. Hazakiyahu reigns over Yehuda, verse 18, and second Melaख़im Bête. Now it came to pass in the 3rd year of Hosea, son of Elah, king of Israel, that Yehuda, Hazakiyah, the son of Ahaz, king of Yehuda, began to reign. 25 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Abba, the daughter of Zechariah. And he did that which was right in the eyes of Yahweh, according to all that Dawid his father did. He removed the high places and brake the images and cut down the groves and break in pieces the brazen serpent that Moshe had made. For in those days the children of Israel did burn incense to it and called it. I don't even know what that is, but we're not going to do that. Verse 5. He trusted in Yahweh, power of Israel, so that after him was none like him among the kings of Yehuda, nor any that were before him. And he clave to Yahweh and departed not from him, but kept his commandments, which Yahweh commanded Moshe. All praises, man. It's so good to read about a righteous brother up in here.
Indeed, and I think we desire that. What would you call this? Revival. You know what I mean? This is a revival of righteousness, and it's what we desire now, man.
Indeed, no doubt, our King, 100%. Verse 7. And Yahweh was with him, and he prospered whithersoever he went forth. And he rebelled against the king of Assyria, and served him not. He smote the Philistines, even unto Gaza, and the borders thereof, and the tower of the watchmen to the fenced city, or from the tower of the watchmen to the fenced
So,
city.
I mean, and this, just pausing real quick, this should be a listening point for our people.
Yeah.
You fear the Most High only and obey Him, obedient to His law, statute, commandments. Then you start putting belt to butt.
Yeah.
That's the formula right there.
Yeah, you start beating your enemies, and you don't have to worry about them coming against you. Because I got Yahweh with me. I got the power of my fathers. So I got the power of my fathers. So I don't have anything to fear. I don't have anything to be concerned about. So I'm in the best position. So yeah, who gonna deal with me? Verse 9. And it came to pass in the 40th year of King Hezekiah, which was the seventh year of Hosea, son of Elah, king of Israel, that evil king of Assyria came up against Samaria and besieged it. And at the end of 3 years, they took it. Even in the 600, even in the 6th year of Hezekiah, that was in the 9th year of Hosea, king of Israel, Samaria was taken. So imagine you the king of Yehuda, you down here in the south, and you looking up in the north and see Assyria come in 3 years. They taking your people that's up there. These are our people.
Mm-hmm.
They take them. And you watching this and you like, good grief, man, this is horrible. You want to help them, but this is the Most High's will. So
indeed,
it's just watch it. Just watch them. Look, you whooping your enemies and they getting whooped by their enemies. Like, what in the world is going on here? Crazy beings. But let's continue.
But remembering what you read in that previous chapter, why. So it's to the point where this has to be, because so much wickedness and folly has been worked.
Right. Yeah, that's what I say. You can't even bring yourself to intervene. I couldn't even jump into that because you'd have earned this. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High is doing this to you because what you've done to Him. So we got to learn from these things, man. We got to really learn from these things. Verse 11. And the king of Assyria did carry away Israel unto Assyria, and put them in Halah, and the harbor by the river of Gozan, in the city of the Medes, because they obeyed not the voice of Yahweh their power, but transgressed His covenant, and all that Moshe the servant of Yahweh commanded, and would not hear them, nor do them. Invasion of Yehuda. Verse 13. Now, in the 14th year of King Hezekiah, did another evil king of Assyria come up against all the fenced cities of Yehuda and took them. And King Hezekiah of Yehuda sent the king of Assyria to Laish, saying, I have offered return from me. I have offered return from me. That which you have put on me will I bear. And the king of Assyria appointed unto Hezekiah, king of Yehuda, 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold. My goodness. And Hezekiah gave him all the silver that was found in the house of Yahweh and the treasury of the king's house. So this is real quick. This is because these previous kings was wishy-washy, lukewarm. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Most High, some of them was doing evil, some of them was doing kind of all right, but that's why the Most High not fighting for us. You know, that's why the Most High is allowing these things to happen. So now he having to come up with this and send it here, and hopefully this man will be appeased and leave us be, because our power is not down with us like he should be, even though he was doing some. You know, how is it that Assyria can command a bounty or a tax or whatever from our people here? Let's continue. Verse 16. At that time did Hezekiah cut off the gold from the doors of the temple of Yahweh and from the pillars which Hezekiah, king of Yehuda, had overlaid, and gave them to the king of Assyria. So he's trying to pay this dude off any way he can. Verse 17. And the king of Assyria sent Tartan, oh gracious, and somebody else, and a bunch of wicked people. We're not going to say what this is. King Hezekiah with a great host against Jerusalem, and they went up and came to Jerusalem. And when they came up, they came and stood by the conduit. It's like the conduit. I was gonna say conduit at least initially, but of the upper pool, which is in the highway of the Fullest field. And when they had called the king, there came out of Elkim, the son of Helkiah, which was over the household of Shibnah, the scribe, and Jonah, the son of Asaph, the recorder. Is this the same Jonah? I can't remember if that was Asaph's son or not.
Well, that's not Jonah. That's Yoah.
Oh, Yoah, my bad. Okay, continue in verse 19. And Rab Sheep, whatever, said unto them, speak you to Hezekiah, thus saith the great king, the king of Assyria, what confidence is there within you, Slaki? What confidence is this wherein you trust? You say, but they are vain words. I have counsel and strength for the war. Now, in whom do you trust that you rebel against me? Don't ask me no dumb question like that. Verse 21. Now, behold, you trust upon your staff and bruised reed, even upon Mizraim, on which if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Mizraim, unto all that trust him. So they thinking we calling on Mizraim to help? Nah. Verse 22. But if you say unto me, we trust in Yahweh our power, is not that he whose high places we have altars, Hezekiah have taken away, and have said to Yehuda and Jerusalem, we shall worship before his altar in Jerusalem. Now, therefore, I pray you, give pledge to my Adonai, or my master, the king of Assyria, and I will deliver you 2,000 horses, if you be able to your part to sit riders on them. How then would you turn away your face of one captain lest my master's servants put your trust in Mizraim for chariots and for horsemen. And now I am come up without Yahweh against it to destroy it. Yahweh said to me, go up against the land and destroy it. Then said Elkim, son of Helikiah, the Sabian, the Slakia, and Shibna and Yoah unto Reb Sheka, speak, I pray you, to the servants of in the Syrian language, for we understand it, and we talk with us in the Yahudim language, in the ear of the people, that we are on the wall. And Reb Sheka said unto them, have my master sent me to your master and to you to speak these words? Have he not sent me and the men which sit on the wall, that they may eat their own dung and drink their own piss with you? My goodness. Then that's some brute language. Then Rav Sheka stood and cried with a loud voice in the Yahudim language and said, say here the words of the great king of Assyria. Thus said the king, let not Hezekiah deceive you, for he shall not be able to deliver you out of his hand. Neither let Hezekiah make you trust in Yahweh, saying, Yahweh will surely deliver us. The city shall not be delivered unto the hand of the king of Assyria. Hearken not unto Hezekiah, for thus saith the king of Assyria, make an agreement with me by a present, and come out of me, and then eat you every man with his own vine, and every one with his own fig tree, and drink you every one the water of his cistern, until I come and take away the land like your land, and a land of corn and wine, a land of bread and vineyards, a land of olive trees and honey, that you have lived and not died, and hearken unto Hezekiah. And he persuaded you, saying, Yahweh will deliver us. Have any deities of the nations delivered them out of the hand of the king of Assyria? Rather, where are the deities of Hamath and Arphad? Are the deities of these other places which delivered Samaria out of my hand? Whom are they among all the deities of the country that have delivered their country out of my hand? And Yahweh shall deliver Jerusalem out of my hand? Oh, he talking big crazy now. Verse 36. But the people held their shalom and answered not a word. For the king commanded, saying, answer him not. And came Elakim, son of Helikiah, which was over the house of Shebna the scribe, and Joah, the son of Asaph the recorder, and Hezekiah with their clothes rent, and told the words to Reb Sheka. All right, Akeem.
Khan. All right, this is the book of Beit Melaख़im, chapter 19, 2 Kings, chapter 19. Yesiah encourages Ezekiah, verse 1. And it came to pass, when King Hezekiah heard it, that he rent his clothes and covered himself with sackcloth and went into the house of Yahweh. And he sent Eliakim, which was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and the elders of the priests, covered with sackcloth, to Yesiah the prophet, the son of Amoz. And they said unto him, thus saith Ezekiah, this day is a day of trouble and of rebuke and of blasphemy. For the children are come to the birth, and there is not strength to bring forth. It may be, Yahweh your power will hear all the words of this person whom the king of Assyria, his master, hath sent to reproach the living power, and will reprove the words which Yahweh your power have heard. Wherefore lift up your prayer for the remnant that are left. So the servants of King Ezekiah came to Yeshiah, and Yeshiah said unto them, Thus shall ye say unto your master, Thus saith Yahweh, Be not afraid of the words which thou hast heard, with which the servants of the king of Assyria have blasphemed me. Behold, I will send a blast upon him, and he shall hear a rumor, and shall return to his own land, and I will cause him to fall by the sword in his own land. Evil defies the Most High. Verse 8. So this person returned and found the king of Assyria warring against Libnah, for he had heard that he was departed from Lachish. And when he heard, said Tir-Akah, king of Cush, Behold, he has come out to fight against you. He sent messengers again unto Hezekiah, saying, Thus shall ye speak to Hezekiah, king of Yahweh, saying, Let not your power in whom you trust deceive you, saying, Jerusalem shall not be delivered into the hand of the king of Assyria. Behold, you have heard what the kings of Assyria have done to Salaki, you had something? Assyria have done to all the lands by destroying them utterly. And shall you be delivered? Have the deities of the nations delivered them which my fathers have destroyed? As goes on, Haran and Rezep and the children of Eden, which were in Thelazar. Where is the king of Hamath and the king of Arphad and the king of the city of Seraphim and Henna and Abba? Hezekiah's prayer, verse 14. And Hezekiah received the letter of the hand of the messengers and read it. And Hezekiah went up into the house of Yahweh and spread it before Yahweh. And Hezekiah prayed before Yahweh and said, O Yahweh, power of Yasharal, which dwellest between the cherubims, you art the power, even you alone. Of all the kingdoms of the Eretz, you have made Shemaim and Eretz. Yahweh, bow down your ear and hear. Open, Yahweh, thine eyes and see and hear the words of this person which hath sent him to reproach the living power. Of a truth, Yahweh, the kings of Assyria have destroyed the nations and their lands, and have cast their deities into fire, for they were no deities, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone. Therefore, they have destroyed them. Now, therefore, O Yahweh, our power, I beseech you, save you us out of his hand, that all the kingdoms of the Eretz may know that you are Yahweh, power, even you only. The Most High answers through Yeshiah, verse 20. Then Yeshiah, the son of Amaz, sent to Hezekiah, saying, Thus saith Yahweh, power of Yasharal, that which you have prayed to me against the king of Assyria I have heard. This is the word that Yahweh hath spoken concerning him. The virgin, the daughter of Zion, have despised you and laughed you to scorn. The daughter of Jerusalem hath shaken her head at you. Whom have you reproached and blasphemed? And against whom have you exalted your voice and lifted up your eyes on high? Even against the set apart one of Yasharal. By your messengers you have reproached the Adonai, and have said, with the multitude of my chariots I am come up to the height of the mountains, to the sides of Lebanon, and will cut down the tall cedar trees thereof, and the choice fir trees thereof, and I will enter into the lodgings of his borders, and into the forest of his Carmel. I have digged and drunk strange waters, and with the sole of my feet have I dried up all the rivers of besieged places. Hast you not heard long ago how I had done it, and of ancient times that I formed it? Now have I brought it to pass, and you should be laid to waste, fenced, Slakia, and you shouldest be to lay waste fenced cities into ruinous heaps. Therefore their inhabitants were of small power. They were dismayed and confounded. They were as the grass of the field, and as the green herb, as the grass of the housetops, and as the corn blast before it be grown up. But I know you are bold, and you're going out, and you're coming in, and your rage against me, because your rage against me and your tumult is come up into mine ears. Therefore I will put my hook in your nose, and my bridle in your lips, and I will turn you back by the way by which you came. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall eat this year such things as grow of themselves, and in the second year that which springeth of the same, and in the third year sow you, and reap, and plant vineyards, and eat the fruits thereof. And the remnant that is escaped of the house of Yahweh shall yet again take root downward, and bear fruit upward. For out of Jerusalem shall go forth the remnant, and they that escape out of Mount Zion, the zeal of Yahweh Sabaoth shall do this. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh concerning the king of Assyria, he shall not come into this city, nor shoot an arrow there, nor come before it with shield, nor cast a bank against it. By the way that he came, by the same shall he return, and shall not come into this city, saith Yahweh. For I will defend this city to save it, for my own sake, and for my servant Dawid's sake. And it came to pass that night that the Malach of Yahweh went out and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 185,000. And when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses. So the king of Assyria departed and went and returned and dwelt at Nineveh. And it came to pass, as he was worshiping in the house of his deity, that his son smote him with the sword, and they escaped into the land of Armenia, and his other son reigned in his stead. All right, continuing, closing out. It's the book of Melaख़im Bête, chapter 20, 2 Kings, chapter 20. Hezekiah's illness and recovery, verse 1. In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death, and the prophet Yesaiah, the son of Amoz, came to him and said unto him, Thus saith Yahweh, set your house in order, for you shall die and not live. Then he turned his face to the wall and prayed unto Yahweh, saying, I beseech you, O Yahweh, remember now how I have walked before you in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in your sight. And Hezekiah wept sore. And it came to pass, afore Yesaiah was gone out in the middle of court, that the word of Yahweh came to him, saying, Turn again and tell Hezekiah, the captain of my people, thus saith Yahweh, the power of Dawid, your father, I have heard your prayer. I have seen your tears. Behold, I will heal you. On the third day you shall go up into the house of Yahweh, and I will add unto your days 15 years, and I will deliver you and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria, and I will defend this city for my own sake and for my servant Dawid's sake. And Yesaiah said, Take a lump of figs. And they took and laid it on the boil, and he recovered. And Hezekiah said unto Yesaiah, What shall be the sign that Yahweh will heal me, and that I shall go up into the house of Yahweh the third day? And Yesaiah said, This sign shall you have of Yahweh, that Yahweh will do the thing that he hath spoken. Shall the shadow go forward 10 degrees, or go back 10 degrees? And Hezekiah answered, It is a light thing for the shadow to go down 10 degrees, but let the shadow return backward 10 degrees. And Yesaiah the prophet cried unto Yahweh, and he brought the shadow 10 degrees backward, by which it had gone down in the dial of Ahaz. Hezekiah shows Babylon his treasures. Verse 12. At that time, this evil named person and the son of this evil king of Babylon sent letters and a present unto Hezekiah, for he had heard that Hezekiah had been sick. And Hezekiah hearkened unto them and showed them all the house of his precious things, the silver and the gold and the spices and the precious ointment, and all the house of his armor, and all that was found in his treasures. There was nothing in his house, nor in all his dominion, that Hezekiah showed them not. Then came Yeshayahu the prophet unto King Hezekiah, and said unto him, What said these men? And from whence came they unto you? And Hezekiah said, They are come from a far country, even from Babylon. And he said, What have they seen in your house? And Hezekiah answered, All the things that are in my house have they seen. There is nothing among my treasures that I have not showed them. And Yeshayahu said unto Hezekiah, Hear the word of Yahweh. Behold, the days come that all that is in thine house, and all that which thy fathers had laid up in store unto this day, shall be carried into Babylon. Nothing shall be left, saith Yahweh. And of your sons that shall issue from you, which you shall beget, shall they take away, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon. Then said Hezekiah unto Yeshayahu, Good is the word of Yahweh which thou hast spoken. And he said, It is not good if shalom be truth. It's like it, if shalom and truth be in my days. Verse 20. And the rest of the acts of Hezekiah and all his might, and how he made a pool and conduit and brought water into the city, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Yehoiada? And Hezekiah slept with his fathers, and Manasseh his son reigned in his stead. God.
All right, all praises to the Abba. Man, what can we learn from this? First of all, as always, we have to learn to keep the way of the Most High and to do that what He has set forth for us to do, keeping His laws, His statutes, and His commandments, as always, and always keeping that belief and that faith in Him, and that He will not disappoint nor let us down. Who would have thought that He would send a Malak among these heathen and smite 100 and some odd thousand of them in the midst of them coming to attack while they sleep in the night? How you gonna fend a Malak that comes and smite many of you? And all they could do at that point was get up and go, because they was all dead men. Not all of them, but ones that was left, they was dead men. So all they could do was leave. And he was talking big crazy about what he was doing and what he had done and this and that. But he had to come up against the power of Israel. And when he did, he lost. Because that's what our power does. Our power wins. And so we win if we walk in his way and do what thus said him. So that's the lesson that I took from this, and I hope you all get that as well. I'm a year there. Go ahead, Akeem.
One can never go wrong trusting in the Most High, in what He says and also in what He shows. The words that He speaks through His prophets are surety. You know what I mean? And that thing gonna come to pass. So depending upon Him as well, like Hezekiah, had done. Right. It was refreshing, like you said, to see a righteous king, reigning. And we know that Scripture tells us that when the righteous are in rulership, the people, rejoice. So I imagine it was a good time for our people to be around as well. I often forget that that during Hezekiah's reign is when the northern kingdom was taken away.
Right. Yeah.
And him doing good and doing that which his father Dawid had done. It does make you wonder why he, didn't go and try to save, those 10 tribes. But, remembering what you had read in, I believe, chapter 17 of just everything that had transpired, you know what I mean, with that kingdom, the Most High had to do it because it's in his word that he would do it. And the Most High cannot be a liar, you know, and even with that chastisement, we found grace. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The two sticks is prophesied to come back together. Those two sticks being the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Some would argue that that's what's been going on in Kebulon for the last, 600, well, however long, the southern kingdom has been there. But, people will tell you that, those kingdoms have been, those sticks are being returned back then. I don't know about that. I know that there's other prophecies that are attached to that, but I know that it's certain because the Most High has spoken. I will yield there.
All praises to the Most High. All right, we'll go ahead and close this on out. Again, praises to the Abba. Learn from it and live by it because he is our power and magnificent is he. All right. We do this for a specific purpose. Romans chapter 10 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Abba for Israel is that they might be saved. We want to see our people saved. We want to see our people set free. And we want to see our people restored. How are we going to do it? Number one, we're going to keep the faith and the belief in Hamashiach, the Messiah, to do what the Most High have commanded him to do in our restoration. Also, number two, Ecclesiastes chapter number 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It is so very important to understand that in the conclusion of the whole matter, we are to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. At the end of the day, when it is all said and done, all the dust is settled, and all the smoke is cleared, we will be judged on whether we have feared the Most High and kept his commandments. Why? Because this is the whole duty of man. I am Yahu, joined by my most esteemed Kenaniah, giving all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahweh, Bashem, HaMashiach, Wamalak, Yahweh Shah, and to the 12 tribes of Israel, who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom, Wa Baruchim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day when the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies, our adversaries, and all those who hate us under our feet. Until that day come, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom, Mr. Bakar.
All praises to the Most High. Praise you, Abba Yah. Kwam Yasha'Allah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
And Barak Hashem Yahweh.